Hello and welcome to another edition of Droppin' Baums with me, your host, Corey Baumeister. As always, brought to you by the lovely folks over at StarCityGames.com, bringing you the best in trading card needs, and you know what? Representing our world champion. Congrats to Paulo here, taking it down, one of our fellow writers. All right, so what I am going to be playing today is not Blue Eye Control from our champion. I am playing Sultai Delirium, one of the three pillars of Pioneer. I think one of the three decks that is able to be considered tier 1. I think this and the two combo decks are just what Pioneer is all about right now. And I think this has a decent matchup, especially thanks to Lucas. Let me get this correct. The person I got the list, Lucas261997 from Magic Online. I saw this list and I loved it because not only did I just recognize, and I'm sure plenty of other people have recognized, that combo decks are at the top of the world in Pioneer, but Lucas definitely recognized it too when you look at that sideboard. I love the way he's approaching the Pioneer metagame right now, so I decided to give this deck a spin. Fast forward to any of the three matches you want here, and then I got the deck tech at the end. Don't fast forward to that deck tech if you don't want some spoilers, because I did talk about the matches there, as well as what I liked or didn't like after playing my three matches. So, all right, everybody, without any further ado, let's get to the matches. See you there. All right, and welcome to the games here with Sultai Delirium. Round one here, we're on the draw. I think this hand's a keeper. We, of course, need a black source, but we have two looks at it to be able to curve out quite nicely, as well as any land to get Euro going, which has a few more looks as well. I think this is a close keep on the draw and a mulligan on the play. So we're going to keep this. Let's see what we're up against. Okay. Not combo, so I do love that. In this combo-centric world, I don't love our matchup with Sultai Delirium against those combo decks. So not playing against it, I think is great. This is going to be that Ken Yukihiro Boggles deck. A matchup I would think we should be okay against, but drawing a black source here for turn 2 is going to be a huge indicator of how well this game's going to go. Okay, so there's the beatdowns. Yeah, we might need it. At least it's a play. Now I think we can actually go with the Fabled Passage here. Yeah, let's go with that. Then we'll say go. At least we have a chump blocker here. And we can get Uro down next turn. Okay, there goes our chump blocking plan. But we can still just abrupt decay this. We can't do it next turn because of getting this instead of the Overgrown Tomb. It's gonna be a big hit. And can't block the flyer. I don't think it's worth soaking up 1 damage here. Take 8 to 9. Or we take 7, and then we don't die to another enchantment. We would die to any plus effect, where if we were to block this, we would live against like a cartouche or something. I think we have to do that. I mean, we are going to play Uro, but we're also going to have to take 2 damage. All right, feels bad, but we're going to block. Now, if we go Uro, we're going up to 11. That's 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I guess we don't really have any other choice. But this is not looking good. We really need like a fatal push here. It's not a fatal push. All right, we're going to say go. Pretty unlikely to win this one. We can get another Uro in play. And maybe if we can abrupt decay, then we might survive. We're going to have to abrupt decay, and then they're going to get a lot of cards, but that is okay. So another land here. We don't want to draw that swamp, so we're going to sack this. Okay, I think that is what we needed here. So we do have... I thought we had one more forest in this. Let me just double check the list. No, there is only one forest. So what we have to do is go get the plains here, and then put a land into play and abrupt decay, and maybe we'll stabilize. They're going to get to draw a ton of cards, but we're going to have an Uro. So let's try this. Uro, 1, 2. Want to keep as much Delirium as possible here. We're going to put an instant in there so we can get rid of the instant. And we already have a creature enchantment land. So with this, we're going to have Delirium. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we do have to exile one more. We're going to keep Courser. Courser is 2 types, of course, being enchantment and creature. So I think that is a little better. So now we're going to gain a little bit of life. We'll be able to play this. Okay, and now we have to just risk, if they draw the whatever blessing card that gives it indestructible, we're just going to lose anyways. So I think here we just have to say go. Hope that they don't draw that. Otherwise, they're going to draw 3 cards and they can just strap a bunch of auras to another thing. So we'll let them attack. So let's go with Abrupt Decay here. Okay, so they get to draw a bunch of cards. We'll have to block this. Hopefully Uro lives here. They could add like Blessing, gives it +4 or +3 because of Heroic, so nothing crazy there. And a land, so only 3 other cards. This game's actually turning around. We might be all right here, which is kind of wild. But another Griff's Boon on this is bad, of course. We can gain 6 life next turn, which might be what we have to do. Okay, there's that cartouche. Okay, so then they can Griff's Boon it. And that would be +2, so 5 in the air. Plus all these little critters. I think that would be lethal, and that's what they're leaning on. That's going to be big. That's going to be huge. That was nice. Okay, well, I think we're going to start by attacking here. We got to close out this game, plus Uro also generates us value when we attack, so we're going to do that. Hiya! No land, and Ishkana is not quite there. All right, take 6. Ishkana is just great, though. So, is there any way to get that in play? We could go 6. So we could activate this for 6, hold up Swamp, go Satyr Wayfinder with 4 floating, and then hope to get a land and hit Delirium, and then we could go Ishkana plus Fatal Push. Seems like what we should do here. If not, we can just play Tireless Tracker. So that seems like the safest thing. So we're going to go like this. I'm going to try to hit Delirium here. Untap land would be great. Ugh. As long as we hit Delirium here, creature, planeswalker, instant, enchantment. So we can still get this land. I think Ishkana might still be the best play here. It's just so many blockers. Now that we do have Delirium, now there is some world that Fatal Push is better here, but they could also have the Blessing card. So I think it's just Spider time. I haven't cast Ishkana in so long. Spider time. All right, now we just hope they don't have the protection card as well as another way to pump this. So 2 mana. If they have land plus the Apostle thing, I still think that's 1 short, unless I'm missing something. With that, with a land, I think we're safe, especially with a tap land. I think Ishkana should safely lock this up. Oh, I love that beautiful spider. Okay, what's this? Griff's Boon. Sure. And our hand is just stacked at this point, so I think we should be pretty set here. Gonna untap. Nisa. Can we win? Now we kind of switch the focus to can we just win this game right now? We could kill Favored Hoplite. They have 3 blockers. Taking 4. No, definitely not. So we're going to play this slow and steady. Doesn't mean we still shouldn't play Nissa, but I think we're going to start with the Uro draw. Can also just play Nissa first. Nah, I don't like it. Let's see what we draw with Uro to get a better decision of what we want to do. Now, we don't want to attack with Ishkana because that's not going to gain us any kind of value. Just Uro for this turn. Another one. Okay. All right, I wouldn't mind to hit my land drop, so I may Grizzly Salvage here, but that seems kind of unnecessary. I think we're just going to start with Nissa, who shakes thy world. Doesn't seem great to me, to be honest. What if we start with the Grizzly Salvage? Then we could go Tracker plus have a push backup. All right, we'll start with this. Opulent Palace. Scavenging Ooze here is pretty good. Just has another fail-safe card here. Yeah, let's take the Ooze. Now, Uro could flash back if we wanted here for another blocker. I think I would rather just cast Scavenging Ooze here. And then hold open black mana for push. And then eat 2 creatures if I need to gain some life. Or maybe hit this boon. Because that's an ability that I can respond to, I'm pretty sure. That might just immediately go over. But I think the ability stacks and then I could exile it if I really wanted to. Yeah, that's what I thought. Get rid of that. That won't be returned. I don't think our opponent knew about that interaction. Gotta love it. I wasn't sure, so I can't really say. Now, this is the card we were afraid of earlier. So now the question is, I mean, they can go just pro-green. That's their last card, so that doesn't really matter. Maybe just kill this Hateful Eidolon first. Then we'll eat another creature. Now we're out of range so much, thanks to Uro, that it doesn't really matter that they can one-hit us because we have all green creatures. It just doesn't matter. We even get to attack with Scavenging Ooze this turn. That's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to start with this Liliana, taking out the Alseid. I know I'm mispronouncing that, but that'd be the first time I ever mispronounced something on Droppin' Bombs, y'all. All right, so we'll give this negative. Going to give this pro-green, maybe. Then we can just Fatal Push it. Yeah, we're going to have a nice turn here. Depending on what they do with this, it's got to be pro-green. Protection from black. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well... Now, I was going to go Nissa, tick up on this Overgrown Tomb, and then Fatal Push this if they went pro-green, but I guess pro-black, they kind of leveled me. Although I still think we'll be all right. So let's go like this. Let's go with Tireless Tracker. I'm going to take the 2, get a clue. We're going to get on in there with these 2. No... We'll see if they want to block. We can make this a 5/5, so this block is not great. And then we're just going to traverse for Emrakul here. Okay, we will eat 1 creature. All right. Then we're going to say go at their upkeep before they can draw anything else. Fatal Push this. And I think that's enough stripping our opponent of all their resources, I think, for them to concede. All right, so up against Ken Yukahiro's blue or white-black Boggles here. We definitely want Hostage Taker, Ultimate Price. Not a ton for this matchup because, I mean, this list that I copied that I thought looked really good looked good to me for a reason because it is very much with combo decks in mind. And with Dimir Inverter and Lotus Breach combo being the top 2 decks by a lot, you got to be prepared for it going into SCG Indy this weekend. All right, I think this card's fine. Now, what don't we want? I like all my 1-drops. Picking apart their hand is great. Scavenging Ooze is okay. We can get rid of some of these one of fun ofs. I think Emrakul is unneeded. Too expensive. Ishkana is fine. Or Ishkana and Walking Ballista are both great. Liliana is okay. We can cut 1 tracker. And what else is slow? Scavenging Ooze doesn't seem great, but it does serve its purpose every once in a while, so I think we'll keep that. Courser seems fine. The 1 tracker is fine. I like Murderous Rider. Let's take out 1 Nissa. This is good and all, but not great. I kind of like this. All right, let's do it. Some thought to Vivian Reed there, but I don't think this matchup is grindy enough. Not quite grindy enough, so we're just going to stick with this. We're going to keep. This is fine. Our traverse allows us to get places. Hostage Taker is great in this matchup. Not killing it when they have a Hateful Eidolon is just busted. Just taking it and restarting. That's so good. Okay, so our whole goal here is to just get there. So we're going to go with blue. Now we're going to have a choice between Jace or Satyr. And I think Satyr is going to be better just because it has a higher chance at getting us lands. But we could also go Jace into Satyr and then flip Jace to prevent some damage. I think that is probably the better line. Because we can also chump block, then draw before damage. Oh, and did they give a one-lander? Oh, let's go. Let's go. All right, let's do our play. A little Jace-a-roo here. Vryn's Protégé. All right, our opponent is probably in some trouble if they kept a one-lander. But, you know, like land double Ethereal Absolution here, and we're like, oh, okay, never mind, we're dead. There's one. All right, we're going to have to take that one. Get to soak up one. Now we're going to play some chump blockers. All right, so if Satyr misses, then we do have to cry a little bit. Then we might be in trouble. That's our way to lose this game. That would just be messed up, though. That'd be messed up, y'all. See what our opponent's doing. Nothing. Okay, cool, cool. All right, so we hit the land. Is there any other play we would want to make besides Satyr automatically hitting our land drop? I don't think so, because I'd also like to flip Jace, so I'm going to go with Satyr Wayfinder. All right, Blooming Marsh, I suppose, here. We're going to go like this. We could traverse by flashing this back, but I'd rather have a free chump blocker here. So we're just going to say go. Might even discard Uro. So we could just flash that back next turn. That's pretty powerful. But a Hostage Taker is just going to be the play. It's too wild to think that I don't want to just Hostage Taker this. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this Hostage Taker is going to be a blowout, but we're at a precarious life total now. All right, so draw. Probably just going to get rid of this other Jace. Oh, wow. What's better? I don't want to give him 3 cards, so I'm not gonna. And the joys of them even just having another Griff Spoon, we get to give this negative, so they're going to need a lot more than Griff Spoon here. All right, this Hostage Taker is going to be busted, though. Hostage Taker is so good. Any aggro deck, this is your all-star. All right, and we'll say go. Now we're going to be starting to gain some life with Uro here. It's going to be the goal anyways. Okay. All right, well, I kind of want to cast this Satyr first to find a land to maybe flash in and like really do some ramping this turn. So let's start with that. Tentacle Sanctum. That's the untapped one. Okay. So we'll have to take some damage here. We will get to play our lands. We got 2 different colors, so this protection plan is not very good. So we are going to go to 2 here, unfortunately. Blue, green, Uro. Put this into play. Don't want to take the damage. Escape. I think we want to protect this one. And then we'll say go. We're just going to be all about that Uro plan. Now next turn, bring back Uro with Fatal Push backup. Should be pretty good, but there is some draws where we lose here. Like Ethereal Absolution and Griff Spoon or something. Protection from black. Well, we're going to get Uro out before that, luckily. Blue, blue. Green, green. Go with Uro. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Thoughtseize. 5. There it is. No land. Escaped. Now we could just go Hateful Eidolon. We could just start Fatal Pushing things. I don't mind that. I'm gonna do this now. We're gonna cast this. We're gonna tick up on this. And anything we can get in there with, you know what? We're feeling a little froggy. We're feeling a little froggy. Take one. 33. So Jace is just at a beautiful range right now. It's going to be pretty tough to beat us being able to flashback Fatal Push like every turn until the end of time. We also have Delirium if we put a sorcery in there. And as long as we keep our life total high enough, we can safely cast a Fatal Push, then flashback Traverse. Go get Ishkana, lock this one up. I can just Ballista it for 2 here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just kill everything, be on our way. How about we just Ballista for 3 and kill everything? That's a good call. Oh, and we draw a card off that. That's not fair. I was like, how did they draw a card? They don't even have one of those. All right, everybody, that was a round 1 beating to Ken Yukahiro's blue-white or black-white Boggles deck. Stay tuned for our second round. We'll see if we can keep it up with Sultai Delirium. See you there. And welcome to round 2 here with Sultai Delirium. We are on the play this time. I would love to go first. I think this is a keeper. I mean, we get to map this out where we go turn 2 Satyr, turn 3 Satyr plus Thoughtseize. I mean, almost assuredly. I mean, we're looking at like 10 cards to hit a black source there. So this is going to be a keep. And then, you know, here's our end game. Hopefully we can mill enough cards where that's going to be a cheap threat. So we'll go like this, pass the turn, and see what we're up against. Blue. Could be anything. All right, so there's our black source. I still think we just jam the Satyr Wayfinder here. There is some world where we want to put Overgrown Tomb into play, but I think I'd rather do this. The only thing you really don't want in play on the first few turns is a swamp, just because of Uro. There's Uro, no land, but that may be even better because now we get to go Satyr on 2 plus Thoughtseize. Ooh. Satyr on 2 plus Thoughtseize, and then just Uro, and hope that's enough. Now, we are up against Bant Spirit or Azuria Spirits here, so this one can be tough. This is always a really close matchup. Very close. They deciding whether or not to play a Lord right away. The only thing that does punish us... No, I guess not really. I was going to say if we draw another black source and like a Fatal Push or something, but that would be drawing 2 cards a turn, and that's illegal, so... So I think we're still doing this right. Likely nothing they can counter now, but we do have a very telegraphed turn 4 here when it comes to Uro. So like that's their perfect Spell Queller turn, so we really want to try to take that with Thoughtseize so we can get this into play. All right, well, I'm going to start with Satyr Wayfinder. Find the way, Satyr, find the way. Okay, Blooming Marsh, I guess, is just a better land to play this turn, so let's do that. And Thoughtseize. See what you got. And I'd like to cast Uro next turn. Pretty please. Okay. 2 companies. A Supreme Phantom. And a Spectral Sailor. I think I just got to take this Supreme Phantom. And just hope they either don't draw their 4th land. I mean, taking 1 company doesn't really do anything right now. So we're going to take this and hope Uro is going to be enough for us. Might not be, though. But yeah, I think this is the play. That just that already prevents 2 damage next turn and then a plethora of mana beyond that point. All right, so we're going to hope Uro is going to be good enough here. Green, blue, blue, green, green. So we'll have to get a forest here. If we don't want to take damage, which I would prefer not to. All right, so giving us the beatdowns, playing that Spectral. Courser's not bad for next turn. I mean, there is a world where we don't want to pain this because of Courser now. All right, I like that. So we're going to go like this. Now let's try to exile in such a way that we keep maximum amount of Delirium. All right. So we got 2 lands. We'll be taking 1 land. We got 2 creatures. We'll be taking 1 creature. 2 instants. We'll take one of those. Now, what is going to die or what's going to head to the graveyard the most likely? A land, so we'll get rid of that. Then we got sorcery, instant, creature. I want to keep both spells there because that's going to be unlikely to, since we don't have a spell right now. So let's do that, and let's just get rid of this Jace. Let's go like this. Get Uro in here. Yep, we knew about that. Now it's going to be company time, and I'm still pretty scared about it. So we're going to go with a land, tapped. We're going to get the beatdowns in, and let's hope they miss their fourth land. I highly doubt it, but yep, there they go. They're probably just going to company right now, because if they hit like 2 lords, it's just, they're just winning this race, plain and simple. But if they don't, and they have a medium-ish collected company here, I think we might be okay. All right, so only 2 types in our yard. We can make it 3. So that means Emrakul still costs 10, so no way we're going to be able to cast it next turn. So pretty far off on that. It's going to be a value turn next turn. Hoping to draw something decent to cast. Some kind of kill spell would be great. Selfless Spirit, Phantom, okay. How about an Ishkana? I guess we don't have Delirium, but it's pretty nice hits. 5, 6, 7. Yep. Well, let's get Courser down. See what we're going to draw. Maybe manipulate this a little bit. Traverse. What does that do? Oh, I guess we're not even going to have Delirium. So this is an automatically put to the bottom. Yep. No Delirium means this is no good. We're going to go like this. Sack again. We're going to gain a lot of life. Maybe we can survive a turn. I'm kind of thinking not. So what can we draw? Doesn't really matter. I guess we get Swamp in case we get a Liliana or Murderous Rider. It's not good. Okay, so now we're going to gain 4 more life. Is that enough? 14, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. On board, we will live, but if they hit any lord off their other collected company, they win. So now we're going to go with kind of a bluff attack. But I don't think they really have a choice. I think they'll have to take this. We're going to get in there with the Satyrs. They'll recognize probably what's going on here, but no. So gain a bunch of life. All right, take that. And then if we don't die next turn, I think we should win this game, but I think there's a very high chance we're dead. All right, at least we're representing a Fatal Push, but Fatal Push only soaks up 3 damage, so if they get, I mean, they're going to go for it regardless, right? Big collected company. Herald and a Wanderer? I don't think that does it. No, I don't think that does. Wow, did we really just survive this? Let's see what they attack with, because I don't think that's lethal. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. I'll be curious what they all attack with, because once again, we have lethal coming back. Plus, we can more than likely flash back an Abrupt Decay. We're going to get Delirium. Oh, yeah, we're going to get Delirium, and we're going to top deck Traverse. Like, we just almost assuredly will get Delirium here. I guess they can just chump Uro and then just take 4 and go to 1. That'd be a next level play. All right. Untap. Think I want to play that. I mean, I have to do something big this turn or I'm probably going to die. So maybe I just want to take that. Take 2. So that puts us to 2 if we take 2. And then we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I don't think we can cast Emrakul regardless here. So I think Emrakul we should ignore right now. And I think I'm just going to put this into play tap then. They could make me pay 2 for Traverse with this. But then if we take 2 with this breeding pool, we could still Traverse for Ishkana if we get a creature into our yard. So yeah, I think we're going to go tapped here. Might regret that. That's pretty good. All right, let's bring them. All right, so let's think of a worst case scenario here. If they just go chump with Herald on Uro, take 4, I think that's the thing that scares me the most. Then I can go Traverse for a basic, Fatal Push, draw with Jace, Fatal Push again. Then I could essentially kill Supreme Phantom and Selfless Spirit. So their board is going to be left with Wanderer, Sailor, Rattle Chains. So that is a total of 3 for 5. 5 power. Okay, so I think I can put this into play tap then. Now let's see what they block. That is the block that I suggested they make. I think that's smart. Okay, but it's not necessarily going to work. So now we have to Fatal Push. Or wait, first we have to Traverse. All right, Traverse. We'll get this Forest. Another Traverse on top. It's interesting. I'm going to draw a card. Draw the Traverse, discard the land. Could discard Emrakul. Then we have Delirium. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, this is actually kind of sick. Now check this out. Now they basically have to counter this Traverse. Otherwise we can just Ishkana here. So if they counter that, I'm guessing I want to pay. All right, let's pay. We got to sculpt this perfectly to be able to have a chance to survive this, in my opinion. But I think I have a nice little play lined up here. Okay, so... Oh, wait. We just go for Walking Ballista and win here. Huh. Nice. Nice. Completely spaced that. There we go. That's an auto win. I was going to, for the record, go to Flashback, Abrupt Decay, aim that at Supreme Phantom, and then when they sack Selfless Spirit, then Fatal Push Supreme Phantom, and then they're left with 4 power. And they would only kill me with 2 Lords there, so we had a pretty solid chance of winning there if I also didn't forget about Walking Ballista. All right, Spirits. Dispute is one of the best cards against Spirits, period. Counter target blue spell feels a little narrow. Monocolored also feels a little narrow. I like Vivian Reed. It may be a little bit of a dream, but yeah, that's a little bit of a dream as well. We'll check out this. Once again, I love all my 1-mana spells here. Scavenging Ooze is okay to bad. Let's take out a tracker. I think we take out both trackers. Tracker is not what you want to be doing here. I also don't like Nissa. Maybe it's just that. Yeah, that seems to make a lot of sense to me. These are definitely your long game grindy cards, and this is not the matchup it is. I mean, we are not trying to grind out. We are trying to kill, disrupt, dunk. That's really all this matchup comes down to. So we're going to just keep it like this. Let's do it, y'all. All right, on the draw against Band Spirits. Oh, baby. This is one of those disrupt, kill, hopefully hands. We're missing blue, but we got to keep this hand. We're going to start with a couple Thought Seizes. Hopefully push something good. Definitely need to draw something here for sure. Or draw the blue source eventually. Well, this will be interesting if they counter this Thought Seize right away. Well, there we go. Easy game. We're going to give them the option. Let's see how much their hand is worth protecting. Mausoleum Wanderer out of here. We have another Thoughtseize for the other Cocos, so let's do it. They're going to attack for 1. We're probably just going to play a Jace. We're going to take this one slow and steady. Probably. There's a chance we just want a Thoughtseize here. Could go Fatal Push and Thoughtseize, take 4. And then just Uro next turn. Or we get Jace down, and we get to go Fatal Push, Thoughtseize next turn. Wow, this is close. I can see merit for both of them. I think it's better to get the Jace down this turn, just in case of Spell Queller. I I think Spellcaller is pretty bad for us regardless, but... Okay, so we know one of their top decks, so we know they just have one mystery card. Let's hope it's not Spellcaller, because then their draw is quite good. I think we start with a Thoughtseize here. Unless we get a land. So actually we're going to draw first. Okay. We could go Uro into Thoughtseize, but then it just gets countered, so I don't think we can do that. So we're going to start with just Thoughtseize. Now, do we want to take 2 to kill this? I don't think so. So now we're going to say go. Hope they don't draw another Collected Company. They haven't drawn much yet so far, so we can't really complain if they play a nice spell on us here. So we got the value. We just have to maneuver these games very carefully. Think out our plays, because these games don't last many turns. You know, it's like 6 turns each because we're both trying to do our things, and whichever deck does them better wins. So this is a match. If you're playing this deck, take your time, you know? All right, now we got a game. Okay, maybe I can still be mad. I said I can't be mad, but... No, I'm just kidding. That was pretty good, though. Okay, not game over, though. So I do think we want to get rid of this card. This card is really annoying for us. I think we want to flip it, but maybe we want to just push this now. Okay, I think we found our play. Okay, we're going to start with the push. I won't pay. Now we're going to draw. Discard Uro, flip. Pay 2. Play Uro. No. Sacrifice. Shrink. And that's the best we can do. Flashback and Uro next turn should be quite good. Let's hope to fade another big draw. No. It's good. It's not another company, but that is good. So making it so we can't flash anything back here. Super reasonable. Okay, now I want to do my best to protect this Jace. That's a good way to protect it. So Fatal Push actually doesn't have great targets right now, but Hostage Takering this right now and then just shrinking one of these things seems really good to me right now. So we're going to do that. Hostage Taker. Steal this. Tick up on this. Say go. There is some thought to Murderous Rider there and leaving open Dispute. But what can we counter? Like another Herald or something? Yeah, and they if they ever bricked that game, they were just completely dead because like our engine is never going to stop. The Uro train keeps on chugging. Stay tuned for round 3 and we'll try to get this nice 3-0 here on Droppin' Bombs with Sultai Delirium. See you there. All right, and welcome to round 3 here with Sultai Delirium. Things have been going well so far. Let's see if we can keep it up. We won the die roll, so that is a good sign. All right. This hand, on the other hand, is not a good sign. 1 land and a card that costs 13. Name a more iconic duo. All right, we're going to keep this. We're going to send one of these lands to the bottom. I guess Fabled Passage here. Although I do care about getting my graveyard up to Delirium, I really want to curve out. So I think I'm going to get rid of Fabled Passage here, though. I can see a case for either, but now we just want to go Thoughtseize into Jace. Make sure we clear the way for that from whatever our opponent's playing. Okay, another Spirits deck. And this is a pretty slow hand with no blue. Interesting. Well, I want to start by just taking the 2-drop, I think. I'm going to take the only card they can cast. It's a good start. And they kept that on 7. I guess on the draw, it's reasonable. That's a close, probably still keep. In my opinion. Now we're going to play Jace like no matter what here. All right, there's their blue source. So their hand is online. So no matter what we take, they're going to have a good turn next turn. So we should consider trying to get Jace flipped here. Do I want to dig 1 card deeper or flip Jace right now? So I could flip Jace and get the Thoughtseize from the graveyard. All right, let's give it a shot. So I guess this does, yeah, it puts 3 cards. And whatever land we get, we can just discard that one. Because we do need one more blue source for Uro if we were to get it. And let's get real, we're going to get it. I mean, we've been running hot with this deck. Why not keep it going? They got a lot of gas, though, and they're going to be able to... They have 4 spells they can cast. Our Thought Seizes are not that really efficient right now. Okay, there's a Fatal Push, which is good. All right, this is going to be interesting. I think this is the play I want to make here. I think I want to Thought Seize, and then just say go, and probably not even activate Jace, because I want to trigger Revolt to kill one of their 3-drops, and Jace cycling in and out does trigger it. But you got to do it that turn. So what I want to do is kind of get rid of all their haste threats. I want them to play Imperial Eagles, and I don't want Spellqualler. Spellqualler is the annoying one. Okay. Now we'll see what they do. If they, what are they going to do here? They're probably just going to play Herald, right? Like, just getting an Eagle down I think seems kind of bad. So maybe we should just draw and tick up just to keep that at a high range here. I mean, we're going to be able to trigger Revolt some other time as well. Whoa, we're not getting that one in. All right, we'll just say go. Because if they go Eagle, we're getting severely, oh, wow. They're just going to let us do this. Nice. We get rewarded here now. Okay, so we're going to go like this. We're going to go draw. Seta Wayfinder. So I think we can just safely get rid of this Blooming Marsh, play the Opulent Palace. Okay, so we're going to go like this. We triggered Revolt. So now we're going to cast Fatal Push. This was a sweet turn. I think our opponent made a mistake there, though. If they would have recognized that, I think they would have went against it. All right, now we're going to go Satyr. Now we're on the Uro hunt. Uro. Yeah! Now, do we want the land? I think why not? Okay, we'll do that. Opulent Palace. And give them the beatdowns. And now they do have the Herald for the Uro. They even have multiple ones. But still, we're getting a free spell from our graveyard. You know, what more can you want? What? They get company? Okay. So they gotta have a 1-drop. Alright, that makes sense. Alrighty. Well, we got no plays, but flashing back Uro here, so let's do that. Green, 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 blue. It's Uro time. And now they gotta hold up a spell for so many turns in a row. Now, we don't have a land in the yard. Let's try to get our duplicates. So definitely get rid of the Thoughtseize and the other Thoughtseize. And the Satyr. Liliana I like. Murderous Rider I like. But we got to get rid of some of them. So, land, creature, sorcery, Planeswalker. Planeswalker is really hard to get in there, so we're going to keep that type. Sorcery we'll get rid of. Oh, we already did that. So we'd have to get rid of Traverse. 1, 2, 3. And land. We'll keep Murderous Rider and Liliana. Dang it. If they Herald during their turn, they will be able to get rid of this. But that does force their hand a bit. So I think we're still going to do it. And we'll say go. Now, tapping down our Uro repeatedly is so annoying, but... Oh, that was such a good draw. That allows them to kill Jace plus leave up Herald. That is messed up. But we do have an Ishkanah here. It may not be able to be Delirious, but I think that's still okay. That does get us a little closer. Rewarded for exiling the land, but punished for not exiling the creature. We have to play Ishkanah just to not die here. We're going to get tempoed out. So we just got to weather the storm, essentially. Ishkanah. Land. Say go. It's definitely a pretty close game, but I feel a little disadvantaged. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so we know their hand is just the Herald. And they're gonna have to cast it, but they will be able to tap down Ishkana and this. So that sucks. I'm gonna start with the tracker. Land. Sack a clue. That could matter soon. Alright, we'll try to get in there. They're gonna tap down our whole team. It's a bummer. Are we dead? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, but we do just straight die to a lord now. Dodge a lord. Right, because then how much mana do we have? 6, 7, 8, 9. No. Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, so if we just top deck a land, we have them? Or we can at least Emrakul them? That's basically having them. Let's see how much they want to get frisky. Because at this point, it doesn't look like they'll be able to tap us down. And I mean, if they do have a Spectral Sailor, you know, they don't have to think about this too much. But if they do not, it's a tough attack for them. So you want to attack enough where you could kill me next turn, but not too much where you leave yourself in harm's way. Okay. I was going to say, that's having them taking a lot of damage. All right, we're going to take a slap to the face for 8 damage. Well, let's hope we can Emrakul. It's not what we wanted. We want to attack with these Satyr Wayfinders as well. I mean, this is 10 damage. Could attack for 13. That's not enough. We want to leave back Ishkana. And I don't think it makes sense to attack with these since we already have creatures in the graveyard. So let's go like this. Hit. Yes. Okay, let's do the math. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is exactly Emrakul. Sweet, sweet. Get a clue. And then we get to have them make some bad attacks. Sweet, sweet. This is going to be awesome. I haven't Emrakul'd someone in a while. They usually just concede on the spot, but I think our opponent may still be in a spot where they maybe could win, depending on their top deck. Emrakul, thanks to Castle Garenbrig. Boom. I'll be taking your turn. Come on! Nobody ever lets me do that anymore these days. That's no fun. All right, 1 game away for the nice 3-0, y'all. We just played this matchup, so I think we're going to do the same. I really liked our plan. Disputes. Dispute. Hostage taker. Vivian. 4. Nisa. Tracker. I think that seems like a solid play. So let's do that. See where that gets us. Liliana is insanely good. But this is essentially a 6-land hand. I just do not think this hand wins. If they ever just play a Lord, this is invalidated. I think this is just not good enough on the draw. I think this is better. So we're going to keep. We're going to bottom the breeding pool here. So we want the Fabled Passage to increase the count in the graveyard for Uro. Kind of want to just play this right away. I'm going to. Take 2. Now we can either dispute or push something. So if they go like a white 2-drop, we'll push it. If they go some blue creature, we get to dispute it. Can't do much about that. It's not great. Okay, we'll have to win a fair game. I don't know if that card really scares me or just kind of scares me, but I don't know. It doesn't seem insane. All right, so this is going to mean that we can't play Courser here. Gonna get that forest. We just have to say land go. Maybe we Uro here because we don't care too much about that if it does get Spellquallered. All right. Talked myself into it. I don't think we win by just hanging around, you know? This is just a growth spiral, you know? It's like not that great of a play. So this is kind of bait. No land drop. Something like Vivian, though, is definitely something that can get us back into this game if we just play the long route here. Okay, there's that Herald. So no company. Grizzly Salvage here is pretty good. I think we start with that. We need a land. And we have the dispute for their Spellqueller. Okay, Blooming Marsh or Breeding Pool. I think we want the black source here. All right, then we'll say go. We get to dispute if they have another Herald or something. Taking 2, huh? All right, they're playing well. All right, we're going to have to do some cleanup duty next turn and just try to contain their battlefield. So now we're starting, now that's a real amount of, that's a clock, essentially, you know, so we have to protect ourselves a little bit. They're playing around Dispute beautifully. Hopefully it just doesn't matter. All right. Well, I want to get Courser down, but I also want to try to kill stuff, but I need to be hitting land drops. I think this might be a turn to go Courser, leave open Watery Grave, and either counter the Spellcaller, get lucky and get a land, or just push the Phantom if given the opportunity. All right, let's do it. Courser. All right, we do have the Dispute. Can't play around it forever. Now, if we can hit a Swamp off the top, I feel great. Any land would have been awesome. Swamp would have been insane, but we'll live. Maybe. But our hand is pretty good. Our hand is quite strong if given the time. You know, if they go Company into Double Lord or whatever, we're dead. But I don't think their hand is that good with how they've been playing. Another land is beautiful. All right. Dispute is not what we wanted on top. And Scavenging Ooze is basically a dead card. So I think I am going to Uro here. Try to gain a little bit of life. Draw that Dispute, even though Dispute is not going to be great anymore. Sweet. Land. Gain a life. I think we can attack, but if it is Collected Company, we're kind of in trouble, but I don't think it is. I think they would have played it while they were tapped out. Okay. Now we're going to say go. Okay. I think I want to push in response to this. Or let it resolve and do it during their turn. That's pretty good. Now, all we're going to be able to do is kill the Selfless Spirit during their draw step. Because they're going to sack, more than likely. And then we're going to take, yeah, a good chunk here. Definitely not out of it yet, but we do need to hope they don't have a certain amount of cards here. All right, playing a land there lets us know that we're feeling pretty good, and that was a great draw. Okay. So we'll go like that. Now, we can just go Vivian. Destroy a creature. That's not great. I actually think... Oh, yeah, this is nice. I think we just go Hostage Taker and play Supreme Phantom. And we might be wrapping this one up. Hostage Taker... Get Supreme Phantom. And this Rest in Peace was annoying, but it really wasn't bad. Yeah, I mean... The thing is, we have the ability, you know, where we're not an all-in graveyard deck. Of course, our most powerful things to do is involving the graveyard when it comes to Uro or just Delirium in general. But, I mean, look at our hand. We were going to win without having any interaction with our graveyard. Yeah, Ishkana was going to be worse because we didn't have Delirium. Scavenging Ooze is just a bear, you know, but whatever. Bears are the best kind of creature type. Let's get real. And then we had Hostage Taker and a bunch of removal to stop them from doing their thing. So that was a nice, clean 3-0, 6-0 with Sultai Delirium. Like, I gotta say, I love this deck. Do I love it more than Breach? No. But I do love it. And you know what else I love is talking about the decks that I do love. So we're going to head over to the deck tag and we're going to talk about any changes I would make, what I liked, what I disliked. Spoiler alert, I didn't dislike too much. But we'll see you over there and we'll talk about the individual card choices. See you there? All right, and welcome to the deck tech, y'all, here with Sultai Delirium, courtesy of a sweet list I saw online. Let me pull up the name to give this person credit. It's by Lucas261997 on Magic Online, 4-1 the Pioneer Preliminary. And I really liked what Lucas was doing with the deck and what he or she was noticing was the things to be prepared for. And what I see by looking at this main deck is well, nothing's changed from the stock Sultai deck that Joe Larson originally played. The main deck is pretty perfect. There's not much you can do, but the sideboard has a ton of range to adapt to certain matchup. Because let's get real, Jun's best role is being able to lose to everything game one. I mean, that's not a good role, but lose to a lot of things game one, but have a great sideboard plan against everything. And this is the Jund of Pioneer. It's as close as you're going to get to it. It's just Uro is your Jund card instead of Bloodbright Elf. But when I look at this sideboard from Lucas, I see 3 Unmoored Ego, 3 Dampening Sphere, 2 Leyline. That is just screaming, combo, it hurts. It's a hard matchup. And I believe that. Playing Breach nonstop for the last 2 weeks, playing this matchup, I win probably 8 out of 10 times. But if they have this kind of hate, these are the 2 out of the 10 times I lose because you need it. That casting Satyr Wayfinder, casting Uro, casting Courser Crewfix, Ishkana, Nissa, all of these things don't do anything against these combo decks. Emrakul, that's a nice one. That one gets either the Dimir Inverter deck or Lotus Field because you just combo off and you just combo off in the wrong way from their side. So that is a nice one, but otherwise you just don't care. Especially from the Breach side, the Thoughtseize plan doesn't really work. Against Inverter, you can Thoughtseize away their threats and conceivably win. But against Lotus Breach, you really need these hate cards. You need Dampening Sphere. You need Ley Lines. And you need a threat to back it up. So I really like this list. Like I said, I'm not even going to touch on the main deck because this is the exact same that Joe Larson won PT Brussels with not too long ago here at the Players Tours. Nothing really has changed. So I'm not going to pay too much attention to that. I wouldn't change a card. Then going through the sideboard, 2 Mystical Disputes and Jace's Defeat. Bringing those in against Bant Spirits, Blue-White Control, and the combo decks, probably, if you have room. But you have so much hate cards here, you definitely bring it in against the control matchups and spirits. But if you have room, and you have plenty of cards you want to take out against combo, like Fatal Push, unless you want to hedge against Pack Rat, stuff like that. You got a lot of removal you take out against them, so maybe it is correct. Ultimate price, any monocolored creature deck, pretty obvious, I know, but anything that's trying to give you the beatdowns, mono red aggro is kind of the main thing for this. 2 Ley Lines, good against Sultai Dredgeless Dredge, Lotus Breach, as well as Delirium, or Inverter. And in the mirror, I think is where it's best, but Leyline of the Void, speaking from a combo player in Pioneer, and I've played the Inverter deck, and I've played the Breach deck. Y'all know which one I favor, but I don't think Leyline does anything to either of the combo decks very effectively, so I like only having 2. I don't think it's very good. Vivian Reed, I think, is pretty good at just any matchup that you think is going to slow down post-board, so it's a great card to have there. Unmoored Ego is the card for Dimir Inverter. Hit Inverter right away, and you got all the time in the world. You can bring it in against Breach, but I do think it's a trap. A good player is going to leave in their secondary win con condition in the form of Expansion Explosion or Thassa's Oracle. And then if you take their Fae, you just win with that card. And if you take any of the other cards, you win with Fae. So I wouldn't bring it in against Breach, but it's good against Inverter. Hostage Taker, any creature deck, it's insane. It's an insane Delirium target. And just one of my favorite cards to play of all time. Sultai Charm, it's kind of that card whenever you want to bring something in, or you want to bring something out from your deck, like you just have a bad card and you're like, I don't know what I can bring in. Sultai Charm is always medium against everything, so it's your good replacement when you just need that one more card to take out. And then 3 Dampening Spheres for Breach. I think Breach is the best deck in Pioneer. And I think you got to be prepared. And Dampening Sphere is... I'm going to get it right this time, y'all. Y'all ate me alive for saying Dampening Sphere before. I've read the card this time. Dampening Sphere is the best card for Breach. So I like having 3 in your sideboard for this at all times. So, all right, everybody. I want to thank you so much for watching. We got SCG Indianapolis next week. We're back to individual SCGs, and I'm super pumped. So if you're going to be there, I'm going to be there. Feel free to come say hi. I'd be happy to meet you, and let's play some Pioneer and see if we can take home another trophy after SCG Richmond. So we'll see you next week after SCG Indy for another Droppin' Bombs action. Bye-bye.